Warren, welcome to Amazing Dinosaurs on YouTube. Today we have 15 brand new Jurassic World survival dinosaur toys from July 2026. Let's check these out. We have the Jurassic World Survival Gigantic Thrashers Corvosaurus. We've got the Hammond Collection Hysilophodon. We've got the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Indominus Rex True of Facts. We got our steroid Jurassic World Survival Muscle Madness Tyrannosaurus Rex. We've got the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Claire and Gyrosphere Escape Pack. Jurassic World Survival Frenzy Pack Sciliodosaurus. We got the Jurassic World Survival Colossal Chomp Giganotosaurus. We got the Jurassic World Super Colossal Distortus Rex. Jurassic World Survival Capture Claw ATV Pack. Jurassic World Survival Wild Roar Stomatosuchus. We got the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex All-Terrain Capture Pack Reimagined. We got Hammond Collection Dilophosaurus True Effects, Jurassic World Frenzy Pack Feral Draco, Jurassic World Survival Wild Roar Metracanthosaurus, and the Jurassic World Survival Frenzy Pack Vespersaurus. Cool. Let's go ahead and check these out. Okay, so our first one is the coolest, the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Indominus Rex True Effects. Coolest looking Indominus Rex you could buy on the regular market. You can see there's a piece of flesh and it's got like bloody teeth. That piece of flesh is actually from the Indominus Rex's body. So you have like damage on him. You can see over there. He has like a chunk of him ripped up. I mean, look at the detail on that. That is so cool. That is the coolest Indominus Rex you could buy right now. Next is our steroid T-Rex. This is a Jurassic World Survival Muscle Madness Tyrannosaurus Rex. I call him Steroid Rex because when you push the button, his muscles automatically expand. Check that out. So these are expanding here and those top muscles. It's like he's flexing or something. And then he has a really cool mouth that opens way up. Really cool roar. He's got like a purplish type mouth inside. I mean, it is an awesome T-Rex. I love these Jurassic World Survival ones. It says muscle grows and the spikes also. Cool. Then we have the Jurassic World Survival Capture Claw. This is the ATV pack and it is awesome. Includes a really cool looking dino, a human action figure with a weapon, you got an ATV, you got a capture claw. Although I don't know why you would want to capture such a huge dino with an ATV. That would be like capturing a T-Rex with a four-wheeler. Kind of stupid if you ask me. You're begging to get eaten. So it's capture and wrangle, and there he's knocked off, ready to be T-Rex chow. Cool. Then we have the Jurassic World Survival Wild Roar Stomatosuchus. Awesome gator type creature with light up action. So you press it, really cool roar. The whole bottom lights up, the back of his neck, his back over here light up. Really cool, awesome, huge chomp. And this is one cool looking dino. It says light up action. Awesome. So our first one is the Jurassic World Super Colossal Distortus Rex. Over 31 inches long. Super cool toy. I do love this one. Mouth opens way up, as you can tell there. This is one freaky looking dino, and I'm glad Mattel brought out one of the colossal ones because I had no idea it was even coming out. Oh, well, I'm loving it. So again, it says it's over 31 inches. collects and stores over 20 mini figures. If it's anything like the other super colossal ones, I'll be able to fit about 40 of the Jurassic World humans inside of it. Cool. Okay guys, you want to see something totally freaky? Check this out! Check out that chomping action! And that guy's mouth opens up huge! It says it's the biggest bite ever. Check it out! That is freakish! Hey kids! Come back here! Chomp, chomp, chomp! Time to eat! It almost looks like some type of puppet. That's funny. And when you swing it, you got total control of the tail. And then you have side chomping action, which is super cool. Check that out! So you're gonna have like total movement on both sides when you got that colossal chomp, which is kind of freaky. It almost looks like a giant snake about to swallow something. You see, even took a big bite out of the package there. So the Jurassic World Survival Colossal Chomp Giganotosaurus. Totally awesome. It says control the attack, biggest bite ever. Sweet. Okay, this is the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex All-Terrain Capture Pack Reimagined. It says activate the capture trap. So this is a retro one. Looks like the dinos that Mattel used to bring out, the chaos theory ones for Jurassic Park, and it's just awesome. You can see its foot is caught in the trap there. It's got this awesome vehicle. You got like a retro Jurassic Park looking human with huge guns and chomp pieces that are missing from the vehicle, and it's just sweet. It says chomp. Look how big the mouth opens up. You got the trap there. The human is Nick Van Owen. It says it's got a launcher and a breakaway hood piece. Cool. Okay, it's the Jurassic World Legacy Collection Claire and Gyrosphere Escape Pack Reimagined. Guys, I'm gonna put a link below the video where you could buy all of these at Target. They are awesome. So you got a real feel dino there. It's made out of rubber, so it's squeezable. Mouth does open and close. Really cool looking. You got Claire there in camo pants and a tank top with a knife. You got a cool like jungle camouflage gyrosphere. She's got a flamethrower. She's got her box for all her accessories. Wow, this is awesome. So the dino is a Stomatosuchus. Hopefully I pronounced it right. There you can see her with her flamethrower, the gyrosphere. Looks like it's a removable tank. There she is with a knife and a utility tool included. And there she is in the gyrosphere. Sweet. This is one awesome set. Okay, Mattel has hit it out of the park again with another awesome Jurassic World survival dino. This is the gigantic Thrasher's Torvosaurus, and she is awesome. So first, side chomping action over there. If you push the button, you have a tail swiping action over there. If you push that button there, I mean, really cool coloring. You can see she's got like the tribal markings on the face there, which look really cool, very realistic looking teeth there. I mean, this is one awesome looking dino. It says total tail strike, total thrashing action. Cool. Okay, so we got the Jurassic World Survival Wild Roar Metracanthosaurus. Another one of the awesome light up ones with a huge roar. So the longer you push it, the more it roars to a point. Light up action all over the place. I love these light up ones. They are super cool looking. It says light up attack. Oh, cool. They're made in Vietnam though. There's the other ones you could buy. I do got them all, but
This one is on the way. I think that one is also on the way. So I should have them all soon. Okay, the Jurassic World Survival Frenzy Pack Pharaoh Draco. Cool orange, yellow, and black coloring. Really huge opening mouth, really big teeth. I mean, this is just an awesome, bright dino. It's just, for a smaller one, I mean, it is so cool. It's got like huge T-Rex type teeth. Very ferocious looking dino. I do got all of these. I believe all of them. But like these two I have reviewed for you guys earlier. Okay, so I accidentally bought 2 of these, but that's alright. Jurassic World Survival Frenzy Pack Stomatosuchus. Really cool looking, like skeletal, like armor on its back, like tribal marking. Really aggressive looking. I would say herbivore, but it's really cool dino. There's some other ones you could buy, which I believe I have them all. Okay, we got the Jurassic World Survival Frenzy Pack Vispersaurus. Like a mix between like a bird and a dino. Cool orange and tan coloring. Mouth opens and closes. Head moves up and down for some really cool chomping action there. There's the other dinos you could buy. Okay, then our final one is the Hammond Collection True Effects Hypsilophodon. Really cool look. Actually, it's a very freaky looking dino. Check out the huge buck teeth there. I mean, it's just a weird looking dino. Okay, if you look at, oh, maybe that's not buck teeth. It looks like buck teeth on the picture, but that is probably, it looks like it's part of its jaw. Okay, there we go. So that's a little cooler looking. Okay, make sure you guys vote. Say below the video in the comments section which one you see unboxed first, or go to my community section and vote there which one of these you want to see unboxed and battle first. Cool.
Welcome back to the Amazing Dinosaurs channel. Today we are checking out this huge collection of dinosaur toys that I have on my shelves right here. Let's go ahead and start right over here with the Tapehara. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a little winged dinosaur. Look at that, that is pretty cool. But what I'm most excited to show you is this giant T-Rex right here. Look at the size of that thing, and it's custom colored too. Up next, we've got a little Chialingosaurus right here. It's a cute little guy, you know? Beside it, we've got this nice little Indominus Rex here. It's like a little baby Indominus Rex. And its mouth opens and closes too. And then right beside it, we've got Mama Indominus Rex. Wow, look at the size of that thing. And it's even got a stomach compartment so you can actually feed the dinosaur other smaller dinosaurs. And right beside it, we've got another gigantic T-Rex. Look at that. This is so cool. This is such a huge dinosaur. And right beside it, we've got a little dinosaur called the Shringosaurus. Check out those horns. It's a funny looking dinosaur, don't you think? Over here, we've got this cool rubbery Indominus Rex. It's got this rubber skin texture that makes it feel kind of like a real life skin, you know? And right beside it, we've got one of my favorite dinosaurs, the Carnotaurus. Look at how ferocious they look, and those huge horns on top. Up next, we've got another massive T-Rex. Look at the size of that compared to the dinosaurs beside it. And this one's a cool gray color too. And look at those teeth. Those are some huge teeth. Moving on, we've got a little baby Triceratops right here. Look how cute he is. And he's got the battle damage on the side as well. And right beside it, we've got another vicious red dinosaur too. This is an awesome colored dinosaur. Check that out. And at the very end of the shelf here, we've got a cute little Gallimimus. Isn't that cute? Moving on to the next shelf, we've got this giant Quetzalcoatlus. Look at the size of this thing. Those wings are huge. Up next, we've got a Mama Dilophosaurus and a baby Dilophosaurus, still inside the egg. Moving on over here, we've got this awesomely covered Sarcophagus. Over here, we've got this yellow dinosaur with the red top and that huge horn, but I'm not sure what kind of dinosaur this is. Do you know? Why don't you let me know in the comments below. On our next shelf, we've got this awesome looking Triceratops. Look at the size of those horns and all those little horns along the edge too. Right beside it, we've got this cute little Ankylosaurus right here. And up next, we've got this massive Ceratosaurus. Let's see what kind of noises it makes. Wow, that is super amazing. Right next to it is a dinosaur called the Callovosaurus. This is a smaller dinosaur, but look at that coloring too. I really like that yellow and blue combination. Up next, we've got the Tyrannosaurus, and it's got a button right here. Let's see what happens. Whoa, that is super cool. That is awesome. On to the next shelf over here. This is a Dracorex. It's a smaller dinosaur, but check out all those spikes on its head right there. And right next to it, we've got another big dinosaur, the Cryolophosaurus here. Look at that yellow coloring with the orange on top. That is super cool. Right beside it, we've got a giant Pteranodon. Look at the size of this thing. It has to be like a foot wide with the wings. And the final dinosaur on this level is the Suchomimus. Moving down to the next shelf, we've got a huge Indominus Rex. Look at this. And he's even got space inside the mouth that you can fit dinosaurs in. Right beside it, I've got a little Herrerasaurus. This is a little guy, you know, but it's still a pretty cool collectible. And of course, one of the most popular dinosaurs, the T-Rex. And right beside it, we've got one of the largest ocean dinosaurs, the Mosasaurus. This is a super cool dinosaur, and I love having this one on my shelf. All right, let's move on. Oh, over here, check this out. This is a Scorpios Rex. Wow, that is super cool. Right beside him, we've got Owen from the Jurassic World movies. Say hi, Owen. Up next, we've got this beautifully colored Narsutoceratops. And I think the horns on this guy is even bigger than a Triceratops. Look at that. And over here, we've got this little T-Rex. It's green colored, but it has the battle damage on the side too. And right beside it, we've got the Carcharodontosaurus, and it has an action button. That is super awesome. And the last one on this shelf is a Dilophosaurus with that super bright coloring. Up next, we've got another giant Indominus Rex. But check this one out. This is a hybrid Indominus Rex. Look at that coloring and the spikes and the gold on its claw. And it's got this button right here. That is so cool. Right beside it, I've got this little Gallimimus dinosaur. And right next to that, the Albertosaurus. And this dinosaur has battle damage as well. Check that out. Moving on, we've got a huge Stegosaurus right here with those massive spikes on its tail right there. And the last one on this level is the beautiful Concavenator. Look at that bright red on its back and that purple right on its face too. And it's got an action button. Let's see what happens. All right, moving down a level. Here we go. All right, another giant Mosasaurus. Everyone watch out! And over here, we've got another small water dinosaur. This is called the Plesiosaurus. Right beside it, this awesome T-Rex. And look at this button on it. Look at what it does. Wow, look at that roar action. That is so cool. And in the middle shelf, we've got a Baryonyx right here. Oops, I knocked over this guy. This one is a Pachycephalosaurus. And another T-Rex. Look how giant these are compared to the other dinosaurs. That is so cool. And right next to the T-Rex, I've got this awesome colored Dimetrodon. Look at this. Look at the size of that spine on its back too. And over here, oh, do you see that? It's a Velociraptor. Look out, oh no. And over here, perched on its rock, is a Pteranodon. One of the coolest flying dinos. At least I think so. Okay, moving on to the next shelf. We've got this awesome looking Baryonyx. Look at that. And right beside it, a cute little Stygimoloch with battle damage on the side. Over here, we've got a giant Stegosaurus. Look at the size of this thing compared to the Stygimoloch. That is huge. But wait, you haven't seen huge until you've seen the next one, which is the giant Spinosaurus. Wow. This dinosaur is so cool. And the final dinosaur on this level is the great Carnotaurus. Everybody watch out. All right, let's move down another level. This is the final level, and it has some more giant dinosaurs, like this giant Apatosaurus. Look at the size of this guy. Right beside it, I've got this awesome blue Velociraptor. Look at the coloring on him. And right beside it, we've got another giant Spinosaurus. These are so cool. I love the coloring on their spines. But wait, there's even more. Look at this giant Velociraptor. This is huge. It's probably 2 or 3 feet long. And right below it, we've got Blue the Velociraptor as well. Moving on to the next shelf here, what do we have? We've got a giant Carnotaurus. Look at those horns. And it's even got some battle damage as well. Look at that. And with this dinosaur, you can actually feed it smaller dinosaurs, and it has a stomach compartment at the bottom too. That is super cool. And a baby Carnotaurus. Look at that. Over beside it, we've got a family of Brachiosauruses here. Look, here's the first baby, and here's the second baby, and then we've got the mama Brachiosaurus right here. This one is huge. But check out beside it on the next shelf, this is a giant T-Rex, and look at all the battle damage that it has on its neck and on its face too. Look at the size of those teeth right there. Some of them are broken because this is an old toy, but this is still a really cool looking T-Rex. And look at that, right next to it, we've got a smaller T-Rex, ready to fight as well. And right beneath it is another dinosaur that I would not want to mess with in the wild because of the size of these spikes. This is the Sauropelta. And last but certainly not least is this giant Velociraptor and this tiny little Dimorphodon on top. But check out this Velociraptor. Look at those teeth in its mouth. And just like the other giant dinosaurs I have, this Velociraptor has a stomach compartment. So you can actually feed it small dinosaurs, and it goes all the way down to its stomach where you can take them out again. That is super cool. Welcome back to the Amazing Dinosaur channel, everyone. Today, we are unboxing all of my largest carnivore toys, starting with this Indominus Rex right here. As you can see, it starts with the blue and then it fades into a nice purple, and then it's got these black stripes with the orange outline. I really like this one. This is probably one of my most colorful dinos in my collection. Moving right along, we've got this hybrid Indominus Rex right here. Check this out. It's got the gold bottom, the white sides, and then the super bright red along the top. And this hybrid Indominus Rex does have some features too. First of all, this button, and out of the top, bam, comes some spikes. Also, if you pull its arm right here, its jaw moves up and down. It's battery operated, so it'll roar at the same time too. Let's check that out. This one is also one of my brightest predators in my collection as well, so it's one of my favorites too. Let's move on to the next dinosaur. All right, I see another big one right in here. Check this out. This is an old school Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex. The whole body is made out of rubber, so it's kind of like bendable, and you can see it moves quite a bit. Inside the mouth, you see that if you open it up, that there's actually a lot of space down the throat, so you can fit smaller dinos in there if you want this dinosaur to eat them. Here is another rubber-coated Tyrannosaurus Rex. So you can see the whole body is like a little bit squishy, which gives it a lot more of a realistic look and feel. It feels more like actual skin. And when you squeeze the stomach here, the mouth opens and closes a little bit too. Next up, we've got this super colorful Spinosaurus. So right on the spine right there, you can see this unique coloring. It's like blue rings on its spine, and the rest of the body is like brown. It's got some tan coloring as well. And on the face and on the spine a little bit, has this dark red color too. And look at those green eyes. Those are some hungry looking eyes right there. And here is another T-Rex. Let's check this one out. It has two buttons on the back. Ooh, look at that. It's got a twisting action with its jaw. And the other button swings its tail back and forth. All right, all the way in the back here, I can see this ginormous Indominus Rex. So this is the normal coloring for an Indominus Rex. If you look on the side right here, you can see that we've got the battle damage. And if you press the button on top, it'll change back and forth between damaged and fully healed. And as you can hear as well, it's got those awesome sound effects coming out of the speaker. And of course, we've got the button on the tail that controls the mouth. Next up, we've got another rubber-coated T-Rex. This one you can see is an older one. It's from the Jurassic Park series. So the legs move, and the legs are actually solid plastic. It's just the body right here that's that rubber coating. And on this T-Rex, if you wiggle the tail back and forth, you can see that the neck also goes back and forth too. Let's check out this hybrid T-Rex right here. Right on the top, it's got those spikes that pop out when you press this button. See right here? Bam! Look at those huge spikes, and it's got some spikes on the top of its head too. And the legs move, the arms move, and the jaw as well. This is a cool hybrid T-Rex. I haven't seen that many like this one. Let me know down in the comments, have you seen a hybrid T-Rex like this before? Over here in this corner is a T-Rex, but it's got some different coloring. See, it's like camouflage almost. It's got that green and then the black stripes and like a of brown-green stripes as well. So this T-Rex, I bet, would blend in really well in the jungle. And like some of the other T-Rex toys I have, when you move the tail, the head will move as well. Let's check that out. Look at that. It's got a huge chomping action. Over here we've got another big old Spinosaurus. This one with a bit more natural coloring. You can see it's mostly green. The spine on its back is red with a white stripe on it. And we've still got that red coloring on its face up here too. And if you press the button on its head, it roars. Next up, we've got this T-Rex Predator. And with the tail, you can twist the tail and the head spins. We've also got the action button on the tail. When you press it, it opens its mouth. And look at these teeth too. Man, some of these are really big. Look at the different size teeth that are all in the mouth. And here is another huge Indominus Rex. This is a lot like the other one that we saw just a moment ago from this bin. And on the tail, just like the other one, we've got this action button that'll make the dinosaur roar. And look at that, there's even some space in its mouth that you could fit a few small dinosaurs in there too. And I think on the Indominus Rex, these teeth are probably even more massive than a T-Rex's teeth in real life. Just look at those. On top over here, we've got a Carnotaurus. Look at these tiny little arms right there. Got the, ooh, it roars too. And look at when you twist the tail here. Its head moves as well. All right, another T-Rex. This one is, it looks kind of tan, almost a little orangish really. And it's got the adjustable head right here, the button on top of its head. That'll make the dinosaur open its jaw. And as usual, adjustable legs and adjustable tail. Ooh, look at this one. It's another T-Rex. Man, I have so many T-Rexes. So this one, even though it doesn't have the camouflage coloring like that other T-Rex we saw earlier, this one is still brown and like a dark brown on top. So this would still camouflage into the jungle pretty well. I mean, it's kind of the same color as a tree, you know? So I think this would still blend in to the jungle. And you probably wouldn't see it sneaking up on you until it was too late. Over here in the back, we've got a Jurassic World Indominus Rex. And this one is actually a bit different from the other Indominus Rexes that we've seen in this haul so far, because the hands actually activate the jaw. So when you move the arms and hands down, the jaw opens super wide. And the top of this Indominus Rex actually has that rubber coating as well. So it's all like soft up here and it feels like real skin, and then the rest of the body is that normal plastic that you see on these dinosaur toys. And next up here, we've got a T-Rex with a darker brown coating on the side and then an even darker brown on the top. And again, with these buttons, with the top button, when we press that, twist his neck and snaps his jaw shut. That's pretty powerful. And then the other button moves the tail back and forth. Let's keep digging in here. Let's see. Check out this T-Rex. So this one is actually a bit different from the other ones we've seen, because when you twist the tail, it's got that huge stomping action. That's really cool. And a button on top that operates the mouth. All right, and here is our final T-Rex in the bin. This one is one of the more orange ones, and when you move the tail, just like the others, the head moves. Did you know that humans and T-Rexes have almost the same amount of bones in their body? That's crazy to think about. Humans have 206 bones, and T-Rexes have 200. That's pretty close. All right, we've only got 2 more dinosaurs in here. Let's check them out. Here is another classic Indominus Rex. Look at those movable arms, movable legs, and the button for the jaw. And for our final dinosaur in our biggest carnivore haul is the Spinosaurus. It's got the button on top to open up the mouth. And the classic spine. Look how big that spine is, too. Welcome back to the Amazing Dinosaurs channel, everyone. Today we are unboxing a bunch of Jurassic World toys. Let's go ahead and start with this brand new Stegosaurus right here. Let's check it out. All right, so this Stegosaurus here is mostly green and brown, so you know it's gonna camouflage well into the jungle. So if you look, there is a button right here. Press this down and check out its tail right there. That is a massive defense move right there. It can swing its spikes on its tail and hit whatever predator's trying to attack it. And look at that, it came with, looks like it's a cage that wraps around some part of the dinosaur. I bet it's for the tail, actually. Let's put this on. All right, so we've got it on there most of the way. It's a little tricky to have it stay on. So let's go ahead and try out the action move now. Here we go, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! All right, check it out. The Stegosaurus is free. All right, let's move on to the next dinosaur. All right, here we go. One of the coolest dinosaurs ever, the T-Rex. Check it out. So it's got a button in the back that you can control the mouth with, and the neck moves as well. This is pretty cool. This is for sure my favorite dinosaurs. And right here, we've got an Indominus Rex. So let's check it out. If you move the arms right here, let's see what that does. Interesting, so the arms control the mouth when it opens and closes. Interestingly, the top of the Indominus Rex right here, if you look really closely, you can see that it's like a rubber instead of a plastic like its body right here. The whole top is made out of rubber. So it kind of actually looks like skin a little bit more. And look at those giant teeth too. This is a really cool dinosaur. Let's go ahead and open up another brand new Jurassic World dinosaur. Let's look. This is the Carnotaurus Toro figure from the Camp Cretaceous Dino Escape series. All right, here we go. Look, it's like a little miniature Carnotaurus. It looks kind of like a baby. It's kind of cute, really. So let's see what kind of actions that this toy has. Let's see, first there's a button up top here. Let's go ahead and press that and see what it does. Aw, so it closes its eyes and it has a little dinosaur sound effect. That's cool. And then the tail as well. You can see when you move the tail, the head moves too. And there's a button on the bottom too. Let's try that out. Wow, that's so cool. This will look so cool with my other dinosaurs. Here is another T-Rex, but this one's a little different from the last T-Rex that we had because this one has a button up top. When you press it, the neck will spin. Look at that. That is a massive bite. And there's a second button on this one too. When you press the second button, the tail goes back and forth too. Wow, that's so cool. Which dinosaur is your favorite? Do you like the T-Rex or do you like the Indominus Rex more? Let me know in the comments below. Which dinosaur is your favorite? And once again, look at these giant teeth in its mouth. And the neck can move too. The arms move, the legs move. This Indominus Rex is gigantic. That is so cool. So look at this one. This one is a small Indominus Rex, just like that miniature Carnotaurus that we saw just a minute ago. Let's open it up. All right, so look at this one right here. And this isn't like a normal sized Indominus Rex. This is like it's kind of like a display dinosaur almost. Look at that. The tail moves, the head moves. Let's see what actions that this toy has. So there's a button right on its nose. Let's press that and see what happens. Oh, so it's sound effects. That's cool. Let's press it again. Plus, this is a feeding frenzy dinosaur. So you see it comes with this piece of meat. Let's see what happens when we feed this Indominus Rex this piece of meat. So we've got the piece of meat here. We've got the Indominus Rex. Let's go ahead and feed this dinosaur. Here we go. Ready?
Chomp, 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 chomp. Oh.
Whoops. This sure is one hungry Indominus Rex. This is super cool. I'm gonna put this right next to my miniature Carnotaurus. All right, here we go. Another unopened Jurassic World dinosaur. This one is the Shringosaurus. Let's open it up. All right, here we go. This is the Shringosaurus, and this is quite a bit different looking. I mean, look at the size of that neck, and it kind of looks, I mean, really, it almost looks like a dog, don't you think? Or like a not dinosaur type of animal. These were herbivores, and they grew 10 to 13 feet long. So these things got actually pretty big. And check out those horns on the front too. All right, another Stegosaurus. This one is not green and brown like the last one that we unboxed. This one is actually, it's kind of like a gray color, but I think it has the same action button as the other Stegosaurus that we unboxed too. Let's see if we can find that button. All right, here it is. So you press down this, and the tail flips back and forth. Let's see what this could do to another dinosaur. Look at that swinging action right there. And here comes another dinosaur. Wham! Oh, that was such a big hit. Don't mess with the Stegosaurus. Here is another one of the super popular dinosaurs from Jurassic World. This is the Velociraptor. And this one is very adjustable. Look at this, the tail moves and the legs, they have multiple joints on them so you can spin them around in all directions, and its mouth opens and closes too. That is so cool. This is a super posable dinosaur. Here we have a Jurassic World Dilophosaurus. Check out the, I don't know if those are called wings or fins on the front. I bet those are used to intimidate other dinosaurs. Look at that. When those come out, you'll want to stay away from this dinosaur. One of the stars of the Jurassic World movies, the Endoraptor. These dinosaurs are super fierce, super sneaky. You do not want to get trapped in a building with this dinosaur. Here is another Velociraptor. Check this one out. So the tail goes up and down, and you can slash with those claws right there. And it has a button on the side too. All right, another Indominus Rex. But this is like another miniature Indominus Rex. And, oh, did you see that? This one has a battle damage feature. So you can slide it open and closed. So when you're playing with it, it is fully healed right now. And then while you're playing with it, you can hit it, bam, and suddenly it's a wounded dinosaur. Here we go, another Dilophosaurus. I think we've got a few in here. So here is a gray one, and it's got a little bit of yellow on the top. Over here, Wow, look at the color on this one. You could see this from a mile away. Look at the orange and the yellow. This thing is fierce. And we've got lots more velociraptors in here. Look at this green one. And we've got good old blue right here. We've got this green velociraptor here. This is another super adjustable velociraptor. And look at those green stripes on its back too. That is super cool. And check out these claws on its feet. You can actually adjust them up and down. So velociraptors can control when they're hidden and when they're ready to attack. Oh, look at this. We've got a special star for this video. It's John Hammond from the Jurassic Park movies. Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you like my dinosaurs. Check out this super bright Carnotaurus. Look at those golden horns on its head, the golden spikes on its back, and that bright red color all over its body. Let's see what this action button does. All right, this is a chomping Carnotaurus. Let's see how many more velociraptors we have in here. How many do you think we have? Let's go ahead and count them. Here we go. Here's one velociraptor. It's brown colored. This is the second velociraptor. This one is yellow with green stripes on the back. Here is our third velociraptor. This has an action on it too. Look at that. Pull the tail, the head moves up and down. Here is velociraptor number 4. This one is green with red stripes. Wow, look at that. I think that you'd be able to see that in the jungle too. So this one may not camouflage that well, which is really interesting. Here is velociraptor number 5. This one is a little bit smaller from the other velociraptors that we've seen in this video. If you look at this velociraptor's feet, they're actually spring-loaded, so you can make this velociraptor jump. Here's velociraptor number 6. I really like the coloring on this one. Look at those orange arms, and then it's got the yellow side and the brown on the top. That is super cool. And just like the last velociraptor, this has spring-loaded legs too, so you can make this one jump up into the air. Check this out. This is a Stegosaurus, I think. When you pull on the tail, look at how its head moves. It like lunges forwards. Here is another interesting looking Stegosaurus. You can see we've got some battle damage on the side, and just like the last one, when you pull the tail, its neck moves. Oops, you know what? I missed one more velociraptor earlier. Look at this one. This is a tan velociraptor with green stripes on the top. Very cool and very ferocious. Check out all these super brightly colored dinosaurs that we have in our Jurassic World collection too. We've got this little green guy. We've got this red dinosaur. I think this is a Spinosaurus. Here is a purple dinosaur. What kind of dinosaur do you think this is? Let me know in the comments below. Here is a smaller blue dinosaur with that red fin on the top. Very cool. Here is another brightly colored dinosaur. This looks like a Spinosaurus too. Look at that huge yellow and orange spine on the top. Here is a Spinosaurus. And check out the action on this toy. When you wiggle it up and down, the head moves. That's super cool. Wow, look at the coloring on this one. This one is mostly blue, but the spine on the top is a bright red color with black stripes. This looks like a Spinosaurus too. Wow, look at this one. This one is also super brightly colored too. It's got that bright yellow color and then the bright red on top. look at this one. This is a Pachycephalosaurus. And what's unique about this dinosaur is that hard shell that it has right on the tip of its head. It's almost like a helmet, really. Only a few dinosaurs left. Look at this. It looks like a little baby dinosaur. It looks kind of like a Stegosaurus, but I'm not sure. Do you know what type of dinosaur this is? Here is a cute little Stegosaurus. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And if you wiggle the tail, aw, this is so cute. And look at that. The head moves up and down, and the tail as well. That is super cute. Here are our final two dinosaurs. We've got a miniature Indominus Rex right here. Very neat. And a little tiny, what is that, a T-Rex? What do you think that looks like? That is a massive jaw. Look at the size of those teeth. It's got a huge head and a little body. Welcome back to the Amazing Dinosaurs channel. Today, we are checking out my collection of hybrid, battle damage, and other super cool and unique dinosaurs. Starting with this battle damaged Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's open it up. Here is the completed Tyrannosaurus Rex. Here is the battle damage. When you press this button on top, that's when the battle damage comes out. Look at that. So you can switch back and forth, and it shows up on both sides too. This is a super cool T-Rex. I'm super excited to add this to my collection. Right up front here, we've got a super cool and unique looking Indominus Rex. I think this one is a hybrid, don't you think? Look at the coloring on this. It's got bright red, it's got the gold feet. Look at the horns on top too. That is different from a normal Indominus Rex. Let's see what cool functions this has. There's a button right here. Let's see what happens when we press that button. Wow, very cool. Those are some giant spikes. You definitely don't see that on a normal Indominus Rex. Let's open up this brand new Albertosaurus. This is a battle damaged dinosaur. All right, so here's the battle damage on its side. You can see that we've got some scrapes on its leg, and the main feature is this ginormous battle damage right here on its side. Look at that. Even the bones can go up and down to reveal what's underneath. So you can put the bones back in place, and then you can cover it up so it looks like a normal dinosaur. And then you just touch it, and it flips open. That is super neat. All right, here we've got a hybrid Tyrannosaurus Rex. This one definitely looks different than a normal T-Rex because of those giant spikes on its back right there. Look at that. And you can actually close them and hide them. And then you press this button and bam, there go the spikes. That is super cool. And I love the coloring on this too. Look at that green, and then it goes into the yellow on the bottom. This is a super cool hybrid Tyrannosaurus Rex. Next up, we've got a special delivery. Let's open this up and see what's inside. All right, can you guess what's inside? I am super excited. Oh, no way, that's so cool. This is a battle damaged T-Rex. Look at that on its side. Look at all that damage that this T-Rex has taken from its fighting. And look at that, even on its face too. And on its neck. That is super cool. I really like these battle damaged dinosaurs. And over here, one of the biggest dinosaurs in my bin is the battle damaged Indominus Rex. Look at that, just like the T-Rex that we saw earlier, the battle damage is on its side and you can open and close it like this. Well, the button doesn't seem to be working too well right now. There it is. There's the battle damage. And it has the button on its tail to open and close the mouth too. This Indominus Rex is the full package. Super cool. Here we've got a brand new battle damage Pteranodon. Let's open it up. So this is a pretty small dinosaur, but look at the top right there. You can flip open the top and bam, there's the battle damage, and you can close it so it's all healed once again. This is super cool. All right, we've got some more battle damage T-Rexes. These are my favorite. Look at that battle damage. And these T-Rexes are fully posable. Look at that. You can keep his mouth open like that. Here is the next battle damage T-Rex, and just like the other one we saw, it's got some scrapes on its tail, on its legs, on its side, and even on its face again. Look at that. This is one fierce T-Rex. This has been through a lot of battles, don't you think? This one is super bright. Look at that. I think this one is a hybrid Dilophosaurus, don't you think? It's got those frills on the front. Look at that bright orange on its back too. Wow, check this one out. We've got a ginormous Triceratops. And there's the battle damage on the side. Look at that. The skin is made entirely out of rubber, and when you squeeze it, the head can go up and down too. And this is from actually the original Jurassic Park toy line. So this is actually a pretty old classic toy. Here is a ginormous Stegosaurus, and look at that. It's got the battle damage right on its side as well. Check out these spikes. Look at the size of that. You can swing that around, and you do not want to be in the way of those spikes. Watch out, here comes the Stegosaurus. Here is another Dilophosaurus, but this one is also super brightly colored. Do you think this is a hybrid? And if so, what do you think it's a hybrid with? Here is one of the stars of the new Jurassic World movies. This is the Endoraptor. This one is super cool because you can bend and adjust all over its body. Look at that. It is super adjustable. Even its neck you can twist and move up and down. This is a super neat Endoraptor toy. Here's a fun fact about the Endoraptor. Did you know that typically they like to run on all fours? But if they need to, they'll stand up on their two hind legs for fighting or for running or whatever they need to do. Here is a teeny tiny little Tyrannosaurus Rex. And look at that battle damage on its side too. Here is another one of my favorite dinosaurs from the new Jurassic World movie. This is the Scorpios Rex. And this is a hybrid dinosaur. Check this one out. This is a little Mosasaurus that goes swimming in the ocean. And it's got the battle damage on the side. That is super cool. All right, we've got another battle damage Albertosaurus. And right here, here's the battle damage. Once again, you can move the bones up and down, or you can hide it completely. Did you know that Albertosauruses weighed as much as a car? That is ginormous. That is so cool. Here we've got a little Spinosaurus. I think that's a Spinosaurus, but look how bright it is. It's bright blue and bright red. I definitely think that this is a hybrid. Plus, it's got battle damage on the side too. Look out! Here comes a Stegosaurus. It's got the battle damage on the side. And I'm not sure, do you think this is a hybrid? It's got some unique stripes on the side. I actually can't tell if this is a hybrid or not. But it definitely looks really cool, don't you think? All right, here we've got 2 more Triceratops too. And look how different they are. This one's a bright green, this is a darker green, but they both have the battle damage. Look at that, it's got the scrape on its side, and the bright green one has one that you can flip up and down. That is super impressive. Look at that over here. We've got a little itty bitty velociraptor. This is Blue the Velociraptor. And we've got the battle damage on the side too. That is so cool. Oh, we've got a bunch of small dinosaurs here. Look at this. Let's check these out. And they all have battle damage too. This is the Herrerasaurus. Look at that battle damage on the side too. This one is the Stygimoloch. Look at the horns on the top of its head. Those are massive. And of course, it's got the battle damage on the side too. This one is a Monolophosaurus. Check that out on the side. You can open and close it, and its mouth opens and closes too. And of course, we've got a Triceratops with the battle damage. That is super impressive. Look at those horns too. Only a few dinosaurs left. This is the Pachycephalosaurus. This dinosaur has a super hard head, so it can go bumping and headbutting into other dinosaurs. And check out that battle damage as well. Our third to last dinosaur is the Baryonyx. And check out the special feature on this dinosaur. It has a sliding button on its back that'll slowly open its mouth. That's incredible. This is super cool. Next up, we've got a super cool looking Allosaurus. This is one of my favorite dinosaurs. And just like the last one we saw, it has that special sliding button. And our last dinosaur, the Suchomimus. And the special feature for this dinosaur is this big old button on the back that moves its neck and makes it roar too. Welcome everyone back to my dinosaur channel. Recently I just bought a bunch of new dinosaur figurines, so today we're going to be unboxing all of them. Let's get started. First up is this Tyrannosaurus Rex escape pack. Let's go ahead and open it up. And you attach the tail to the body just by clicking it in, I think. There we go. That was actually really easy. That was easier than I expected. So let's check out this T-Rex. It's got the moving tail, obviously. It's got adjustable legs, adjustable arms, and for the head, we've got this button on the top that'll open its mouth. Look at that, it's got the tongue, all those teeth right there. This is a pretty cool T-Rex. Next, let's check out the car that came in the pack. So let's go ahead and get this car out. These little twisty things on the bottom. I just love this coloring. Look at the yellow and it fades into the green and the red. That is the classic Jurassic Park look. All the doors open, front and back, so you can fit some of your favorite action figures in here. This is super neat. This might be one of my favorite dinosaur cars that I have in my collection. Let's check out the human that came in this set. So we can see it's a little child there, and then it also comes with the night vision goggles. Let's go ahead and get those night vision goggles on the kid. All right, check it out. Let's go ahead and get him seated in the car right here in the front seat. And along comes the T-Rex. So just like in the movie, you can press down on the glass on the top here, and try to break in and eat the person that's inside. This is really cool, and I really like that they released a classic looking car like this too. Next up, we've got this huge Apatosaurus figurine. Look how big this figurine is once you put it together. And this is from the new Jurassic World Legacy Collection. And as you can see, we've already opened up the box and taken it out. So let me show you the fully built figure. Bam, here we go. Look at the size of this thing. This is huge. Its mouth opens and closes. Look at that detail. Even its teeth are painted properly. That looks really good. The head swivels and moves. And you can see right here that the neck moves side to side. The legs are fully functional as well. And finally, the tail too. All in all, this dinosaur is huge. It's probably from tail to the head, it might be 3 or 4 feet long. Well, I guess the box said 41 inches, so there you have it right there. That's how big it is. But this one is huge. I really like this one. Oh, here's one of my favorite ocean predators right here. This is the Mosasaurus. Let's go ahead and open this up and check it out fully put together. All right, so we've got the main body right here. The mouth already attached. Here's the tail. Let's go ahead and attach the tail. And it just clicks right in. And then in the box also comes the 4 fins. Let's click this first one in. And the second one. Third right here. And the 4th one. Here is the great Mosasaurus. This one is super long too. Maybe 3 feet long, 2 or 3 feet long. It's got all the individual teeth on the front. Could probably fit some dinosaurs in its mouth too. And the movable fins and the tail as well. And we do have some other Mosasaurus figurines in my collection, but I do notice that this one that I just bought, it's like a darker colored blue or like a purple than the other Mosasauruses that I have. So I am super excited to add this one to my dinosaur collection. Let's move on. The next one we're looking at is the Pentaceratops from the Jurassic World Dino Escape series, and this is part of the Mega Destroyers. We'll take the dinosaur out, and over here is the cage to trap the dinosaur's head. Now we're going to take the face cage thing and we're going to put it on the Pentasaurus. All right, got it on now. So you can see that the Pentasaurus is trapped inside the cage. It can't really attack anyone or really move around that easily. But like we saw in the box, this has a breakout function. So see these 2 buttons on the back right here? The front one is gonna make it shake and break free. Let's check it out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Wow, that was awesome. It broke free so easily. And the second button here, let's see what that does. Oh, so it twists from side to side when you press that button. And look at the size of the bony frill on this Pentasaurus. That is much larger than you'd see on a Triceratops. And of course it's got the horns up front here and on top as well. This is a ferocious looking dinosaur. You wouldn't want to mess with this one in the wild. Next up, we've got this multi-pack right here. Let me take off the plastic. This is the Ultimate Baryonyx Breakout Battle Damage Edition. Let's open it up and check it out. First, let's check out the Baryonyx. So we've got the body right here and the tail's right up here. Let's grab that as well. Okay, let's put the tail on the dinosaur. Clicks right in. Let's see, so this figure has 1 action button on it, a button right here, and it looks like that one opens and shuts the mouth. and there are no batteries required for this one, so it has no sound effects or anything like that. You can see that it's got that battle damage right there on its neck, and even a little bit on its leg as well. And in the rest of the pack, you can see we've got Owen and his motorcycle right there. And look at all these accessories. He's got a helmet, he's got body armor. Is that I think that's a radio pack of some sort maybe? And he's got some weapons right there. And let's take a look at the figure itself. So it's a fully adjustable body. You can see that its legs can bend, its arms can bend, even at the elbows as well. Its face can swivel, and on the motorcycle, the wheels spin, and it's even got a kickstand that you can put up and down. Look how tiny it is. This is a pretty cool pack. It comes with quite a few different pieces, so you have your own little dinosaur setup right here. So yeah, this one is pretty cool. I would recommend checking out this pack. All right, let's keep unboxing these new dinosaurs. Next up, we've got the Carcharodontosaurus, also from the Jurassic World Dino Escape toy line. This is also a Mega Destroyer. All right, so before we put on the cage, let's check it out. Look at the coloring on this. So it's mostly blue, and then it's got the orange on the top, but it's like speckled with that brown. And then it's got that one line of spikes along its back. Let's check out the action button right here. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be able to break free from the cage we've got. Let's go ahead and put this on the dinosaur. Wow, that was pretty easy. All right, here we go. It's gonna break free from the cage. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Break free, come on, you can do it. All right, and there you go. This is a very neat dinosaur. Let's move on to our next one. All right, look at how many we still have in here. There's still tons more to go. Let's check out this Kentrosaurus next. Let's go ahead and put on those spikes on its sides. All right, so we've got the spikes out of the packaging. Look at the size of these spikes. So these spikes are gonna go right into the side right here. And it clicks right in there. Wow, look at that. And on the other side. And finally, the tail. And it clicks right into the back. And there we go. Check out the spikes all over its body. Look at these shoulder spikes, like I was saying. Those are probably used for defense, as well as the spikes on its tail. The ginormous spikes, look at that. And we've got an action button up top here. Let's try it out and see what happens. That's pretty cool. So when you press the button, the front swivels side to side, and I bet those spikes will probably hit whoever is standing in the way when it does that. This is pretty neat. I'm liking this one. Let's check out our next dinosaur. Next up, we've got this Tyrannosaurus pack. Let's go ahead and open this one up. Sure enough, I'm pretty sure that's a baby Tyrannosaurus. But if you guys know whether it's an adult or a baby, let me know in the comments below. First, let's check out these little dinosaurs. They all look pretty identical. All of them got this green color. Plus, their mouths do open and close as well. Look at that, even how small they are. And here's the T-Rex. And this one is very adjustable. Look at that. Can adjust the ankle, at the knee, and swivel all around. The jaw will open and shut too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one is a baby dinosaur. It looks so small and cute. Look at that. And it came with what looks like, I don't know if those are bandages or something, but I think we put this on the T-Rex. And this one too. So it looks like this bandage goes onto the leg of the T-Rex right here. It straps on, we just did surgery on it, so you gotta protect that wound. And then this is a muzzle. It goes right on the jaw right there. So now it can't bite anyone. Very cool. All right, let's move on to our next dinosaur. All right, which one should we choose next? Oh, you know what? I was super excited about this one. This isn't a dinosaur, but it's a replica of a Spinosaurus tooth. Look at the size of that. Let's open it up. Wow, look at the size of that tooth. That's like 3 or 4 inches long, or even longer. And this replica here is very detailed. It's got cracks all over, and the painting is like black on the top. This is very cool. This will look great on one of my shelves. All right, let's keep going. Here's another one. This is the Ceratosaurus. There we go. All right, so we've got the body right here, and then the tail. It's tucked away inside the box. Let's get that out too. And let's attach the tail to the body. Clicks right in. There we go. All right, here is the Ceratosaurus. And we've got this action button on top. Let's try that out. Very interesting. So it's actually a few different buttons in one. So the more you slide it up, the more it opens its mouth. Very cool. And check out the horn right on the nose. This dinosaur is awesome. All right, let's check out our next dinosaur. All right, here we go with our next dinosaur. Let's get it out of the bag. All right, check this out. This looks like a Mosasaurus, and it could be, I'm not entirely sure, but I will say, look at the spikes on the back. Those are some really sharp spikes. I mean, they won't hurt me if I poke, but in real life, those would hurt a lot, I think. Very cool. Let's go with this one right here. Wow, check this one out. This is a Spinosaurus. Check it out. There's that huge spine on its back. Its mouth opens and closes. This one is a little bit smaller than our other Spinosaurus figures, but I will say this one has a bit more detail with the painting. And look at those teeth right there. Those are some mean teeth. Did you know that Spinosauruses actually did a lot of hunting in the water? I didn't know that before, but I recently found that out. This is very cool. Let's check out our other dinosaurs. I see another cool looking one right here. All right, this is an Endoraptor, but it looks a bit different than the other ones that I have because look at this orange coloring on the side. That is unique to this Endoraptor. I haven't seen that before. And this one is more like a model because the arms and legs don't move, so it's in this like crawling pose right here. But that is pretty neat. I like this one. All right, and in this bag, oh, look at that. This is an Indominus Rex. And this one is also more like a model figure. The arms and legs don't move, but this one has great detail as well. Look at that on its side. Look at the spikes on its back and on its teeth, its tongue. Huge attention to detail, which is really cool. And next up, looks like we've got a 3-pack of, it says pterodactyls. Let's take a look. So we've got our first one here. And our second pterodactyl. This has different coloring and is a bit bigger. Look at the back too. And the third one. Although, this is a very different looking pterodactyl. Do you know if this is a pterodactyl? Why don't you let me know in the comments below.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add this to my giant Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, Godzilla, King Kong collection. I've got over 3,000 dinosaur toys. A lot of vintage, a lot of old ones from Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, from Mattel, Hasbro, bunch of Godzillas and King Kongs, and I mean what you're seeing here on the shelves is only a part of my collection because I couldn't fit anything else in. So these are a lot of cool toys.
If you want to see the majority of these get unboxed, go ahead, check out my earlier videos on Amazing Dinosaurs on YouTube. Cool.